made this point in one of my videos when I said some people give birth to kids without training them. They just send them to school, buy them nice stuff, and they think they're actually training or raising their children. Now, a lot of persons are actually used to hearing things and seeing events on the GirlChild, but the way and manner I want to talk about the GirlChild today, I don't think you've heard about the GirlChild being talked about in this manner. Welcome to my channel once again, and my name is Chamaka Inlekowa. This is the Beauty with Amaka. Thank you for stopping by. How are you? December is here, Christmas is around the corner. Tell me, what exactly has been your plans for the Christmas? I mean, I know some persons don't celebrate Christmas, but for those of us who do, are you getting ready? Are you traveling? Are you having any special plans? What exactly is it? Are you going to be having a party? I definitely want to be part of whatever it is you're doing. Just kidding. Anyways, there's one particular topic that I really wanted to do. If you actually go back and watch my videos, you'll find out that I've been on the sequel talking about children, training your children, and all of that. And unfortunately, in Nigeria, at this particular time, we are currently dealing with a case of an alleged bully. I'm going to use the word alleged in as much as I am going to be convinced that a child was actually bullied and all led to his death. It's actually really sorrowful. Every time I come across a post like that, I feel sad, I feel hurt, like I feel broken, because I'm a woman and I will be a mother someday. I'm a potential mother, and I can only just imagine that feeling of having a child and then sending your child to a school, paying so much, and then the child dies. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot to bear, to be honest. And their parents, those parents, I give it up to them. They are strong. Even me, that is not even related to them, I know how it hurts me a lot. And really, guys, go and look at that video on childcare, raising your children, and every single video I've made on kids. Please go and watch those videos. I don't just wake up to do videos because I want those videos. It's actually inspired by God, okay? And really, we have a lot to do when it comes to training kids. A lot of people just give birth to children, they don't train them. I've made this point in one of my videos when I said some people give birth to kids without training them. They just send them to school, buy them nice stuff, and they think they're actually training and raising their children. Well, today we have another interesting topic, and that is the GirlChild. Yes, I want to talk about the GirlChild in a way that you have never ever heard about it before. Now, a lot of persons are actually used to hearing things and seeing events on the GirlChild, but the way and manner I want to talk about the GirlChild today, I don't think you've heard about the GirlChild being talked about in this manner. First things first, who is a GirlChild? A GirlChild is a female born, okay? Naturally born as a female with feminine features, right? And according to the Bible made us to understand that the woman was created after the man, as an helpmate from his side ribs. So she was created to be softer or to be fragile, right? And yes, the woman is fragile. So let's dive into the topic for today. Most of the things I'm going to be talking about here would also come from, experiences from a lot of people, will also come from my experiences, will come from every person's experiences generally. Now let's look at one of the first things I want you guys to know when it comes to raising a female child, when it comes to raising a girl child, because some persons just give birth to children and they have absolutely no idea what it means or what it takes to actually raise their child. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. And they don't even know how to take responsibility for their actions when their child misbehaves. They think it's entirely the child's fault, or they send these kids to boarding schools and think the school has a responsibility to train their children, which is a capital N-O, which is no. Okay? This particular part of the world, there's something about the female children. When people give birth to daughters, there's a manner and pattern with which they raise the kids. They tend to raise female children very different from the male kids. I'm going to give you an example. I'm growing up as a child and I'm reminded you have to wash plates, you have to cook, you have to do this because you will do it in your husband's house. That is one thing I want to debunk here. Parents, stop raising your women, your girls, as if you're training them for husband's house. That is the first thing I want to point out. this is December right now, and a lot of women are pressurized to get married. A lot of women are jumping into marriages that they are definitely going to regret because they don't want to go into a new year single. Hello. This is because every woman, most especially in Africa or here in this particular Nigeria where I live currently, women believe that they are born for a man. Women believe that all their life has to be encircled around a man. When you're training your girls, you tell them, is this how you're going to do this? Is this how you're going to do it in your husband's house? Or is this how you're going to wash clothes? Or they tell them things like, make your bed because you will get married someday. Like, as if everything they have to learn in life, they have to learn it because they are going to go into your husband's house someday. It doesn't even make any single sense at all. Do you get? Do you people really tell your male kids you have to do this because you will get married someday? You go back and watch the video I made about the boy child. If I can link it somewhere, I will. If I cannot link it anywhere, I will put it in the description box, the link to the video. Go back and watch it. Because you people keep making these women feel like all their life has to be to grow up and get married. And that is why you find out a higher percentage of Nigerian women, once they go to school, they graduate, the next thing they're thinking about is how they actually want to just get married. That is the only thing they think about, and it's all shades of wrong. Okay, now allow women to be themselves. If you want to teach your girl child something, teach her for her. Teach her to sweep, to cook for her because she wants to, because she has to know it for herself. Teach her to make her bed for herself. Stop making it feel like it's all for a man. It's all for a man. And what you tell your boy child, most times you parents don't even educate your boy child. You don't know how to do nothing. And that's why you find that a lot of egotistical egotistical men in the society who feel like they have to get married in order to have a help. They tell you, I want to get married so my wife can be washing my clothes, so my wife can be cooking for me, so she can be feeding me. Like, the attributes of a woman, a wife they're looking for is just a cook or a cleaner. Go and hire one. I hope that particular point has sunk in. I hope I was able to talk about it. The point I want to talk about is hygiene. When it comes to the girl child, please educate your females on hygiene. I've talked about this several times. Educate them on hygiene. Educate your girls to be neat. Educate them early about infections, about how to wash their panties. I remember as a child, one of the first things my mom taught me, bless her memory, before she passed, I was really neat to was how to wash my panties. Like, she ensured she made me understand that you have to wash it separately, and you have to wash it with detergent, you have to wash it clean, you have to sun it, you have to dry it. That kind of culture that she instilled in us. So educate your kids. There's some girls that don't know how to wash their panties. There's some girls that don't even know what to do, like when they have their monthly cycles. They litter it anywhere. I went to the university, I lived with people in the hostel, and I know exactly what I'm saying. You find that they just drop it and put it in the toilet sink and put it somewhere, and they be like, I will take care of it later. No, nobody's meant to see that thing at all. Please teach your children, teach your girl children, okay? Another thing I want to talk about for the girl child is I want you to understand that there's something called being feminine. I'm going to be talking about my own personal story. To be very honest with you, I was not really a very feminine woman. In fact, I grew up with a lot of masculine energy. Number one, I actually lost my mom early. My sis was not around for the earlier time. She was going for her youth service, final year, and the rest of it. So I was in the midst of uncles. I grew up in the midst of uncles, extended relatives, and I didn't know exactly what it meant to be feminine. I was this, in quotes, strong woman kind of person. I knew within me that this was not the kind of person I wanted to be or become, but I didn't have any example out there. I didn't have anyone teach me or educate me about what it really meant to be feminine. Now, when I'm talking about being feminine, I'm not talking about being a feminist. They are two different things, completely two different words, two different spellings, two different meanings, okay? I'm talking about the state of resting in your femininity. I'm talking about the state of exuding your femininity. I'm talking about the state of showcasing that you are a woman. I'm talking about the state of exuding your womanhood. For instance, I remember the very first time I saw something different from what I've always been used to doing was when I went to my cousin's house, and they were all three girls at the time. and I felt something was amiss in my life. I felt different. Do you know, at a point I would have become a tomboy. I didn't really know. See, I had a discussion in my women's group, Women Ignite group, and I was talking with my members, and I told them, as early as a female child is, teach her to comb her hair, teach her to rub some oils, lotions on her skin, teach her the importance of not having scaly skin, teach her the importance of bathing. Ensure your girl child, if you can afford, give them good soap, make them understand what toiletries mean, make them to know that they need their personal effect, like their tissues, their powders, their lip balms, so they don't have cracked lips. And somebody was like, for a child it's too early. I'm like, no, teach them to know. Even if you don't use jewelry, it's fine. You can keep your hair neat, you can keep your nails neat. Even if you don't, I don't fix my nails all the time because I bake, and most times it's not easy having my nails and baking. I don't know how to navigate that, so I prefer not to have my nails. Even if you're not going to fix your nails, let it be neat. Your nails, your toenails, teach them how to dress like a woman, how to sit like a woman, how to talk like a woman, not being so ras and crazy and thinking like, okay, that's cool. Like, be feminine. It's cute. When I see feminine women, I fall in love with them because it's just so freaking cute. And recently I began to really work on my femininity because I didn't learn it from anybody. Nobody taught me, but something within me knew that there was a part of me that was missing, and I really wanted to work on it. So the moment I saw it, I loved it, and I kept going for it. Okay, I'm actually trying to learn about being feminine. I'm actually trying to inculcate having natural plants around me. Don't look at this thing behind me, that's artificial, everybody knows. But like actually purchasing potted plants, I'm trying to inculcate having scented candles around me, having scented perfumes, scented oils, just purifying my environment, having colorful atmosphere. This things cost money, but I'm really looking forward to just having it little by little. It just takes you to a different space altogether, and I love it. Okay, well, I've talked about that one when it comes to the girl child. Now let us go to the main cocoa thing that I really want us to talk about. Guys, there's something I've noticed when it comes to the girl child. Personally, for me, this is my point of view. You must not agree, you must not disagree. See, I noticed something. There's a lot of people that are fighting for the girl child, and they are advocating, they are campaigning for different things for the girl child. I want to understand, are you people really campaigning for the girl child, or are you people trying to cash out? Two things. Number one, I see people talking about, let's say you say no to rape, and you have conferences and you're trying to educate the girl child about rape, speaking out and all of that. That is good, but guess what, you're just managing the situation. I saw when they celebrated the men's day of the boy child, I mean men's day or whatever, I didn't see a lot of campaign, I didn't see a lot of conferences for the boy child, which was supposed to be. You people are taking the right message to the wrong audience. Because if you're trying to stop or say no to rape, it should be a men conference where you are talking to men. Somebody was doing a campaign for, accepting the period. People should learn how to not stigmatize women who have blood stains and all of that. Nice. Talking to women. It's good for women to have the confidence to know that they can actually freely talk about their period without shame. But why are they ashamed? They're ashamed because of the opposite sex, which is the men. And why? Because some men actually find it as a thing of mockery when a woman is stained. Personally, for me, growing up as a child, I remember those days in my junior secondary school. If a female gets stained, like the boys literally will laugh at you, they will mock you, make ridicule of you. It was a very shameful thing. They would be like, cover up, cover up, cover up. It's the boys you're supposed to be talking to. So when you want to go and do awareness about the period, it's the boys you should target. Make them know it's normal, it's blood. It wasn't until like recently, maybe a year back or so, I had the courage to actually be comfortable enough to talk to an opposite sex about my period. I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing my period, and it's like, you know, because I realize it's what it is. It's nature. It's like sneezing, it's like breathing, it's like sweating. Do you get? It's like farting. It's normal. So sometimes some of these messages we are always taking it to the wrong audience. Another thing I also want us to talk about is a lot of people are campaigning for the girl child. There was an incident I had that made me to question these people that are actually doing all this female campaign. Are they doing it for the money? Are they doing it for the fame or for recognition? Because we human beings can be funny. The Bible says the heart of man is desperately evil. Now, there was a time I started a teenage campaign, and I was actually going to secondary school talking to people. Somebody actually came to me, all sincerity, he was trying to actually help me. So he gave me an advice. He was like, this is your campaign and your program, why don't you channel it to just GirlChild? You're going to make more money, you're going to have more empathy, you're going to have more sponsors. I'm like, I don't get. And he told me that he had a friend who also started something like this for the female child, and she grew, she had people sponsoring her, it's easier to get sponsorship, blah blah blah. She has traveled to 3 countries, this and that, and I'm like, ha. It sounded nice, but that's not the vision of my program. My program was not, or is not, for just GirlChild. It was a general teenage young people thing. It was a career program. It was a program geared at, educating the young people and preparing them for their career, for their future, for their profession, for whatever, making them understand and know how they can navigate through the present day life and economy. Because we understood that not every young person knows the attainable careers and the attainable survivor skills that exist today. And people still want to go to school to study medicine, law, and nursing or engineering. But there are so many other disciplines that can help you, that you will learn a lot from and make money. Not just go to school and come out and start selling clothes on WhatsApp. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was not exactly gender specific. I wanted it to be like a general thing. And he was advising me in that line, and I was like, I felt really bad. I felt like, is this really what people do? Like, is this how it's done just because you want some, I don't know, but I just feel like people should actually, do things out of sincerity, not because you want to like make something out of it. Another thing I want to talk about the girl child is confidence. You have to teach your girl child to be confident. You have to teach her to know that she is valuable as a woman, and a lot of times people always want to intimidate you because you're a woman, or even your own fellow woman wants to intimidate you or pull you down. If a woman becomes a boss somewhere and then she wants to bring down every other woman to show that she's the boss. I mean, our favorite singer Simi sang a song and she says, "Woman no like woman." I'm serious, you need to go and listen to that song, search it on YouTube. It actually has a powerful message attached to it. Teach her about friends, teach her to understand that not all friends are actually friends, and teach her to value the importance of friendship when she really does find a good friend. And most importantly, teach her to be that good friend, because if every woman is teaching their daughter to be a good friend, I don't think we're going to be having issues with friends poisoning their friends out of envy, because everybody's daughter will be a good friend, isn't it? So ensure you're teaching your child to be confident in her life, in her business, in her choices, in whatever she does. She should have some self-esteem. She shouldn't make the wrong choices, and she should have the boldness to choose and pick her friend and leave whatever friend she knows that is not adding any value to her life or is out to destroy her. And she should be sensitive. The most important of all is teach your girl child about God. Life is not neutral. Whether you are Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, whoever you are, everybody believes in something. Everybody has faith in something, because you cannot live your life like that, neutral, without anything. If you're a Christian, teach your children about God. Teach them to have faith in God, to believe in God, to trust in God. I think I basically touched most of everything I want to touch. I've talked about you teaching your girl child to be feminine. She has to learn how to exude femininity, has to understand that she has to dress nicely, talk nicely, walk nicely. She has to take care of her hair, her pedicure, manicure. Teach her to wear some perfumes. Teach her to put on some nice makeup. And even if you don't have to put on makeup, your skin should look neat, your hair should look neat, So very important. Your clothes should look neat. It doesn't have to be like an expensive dress. It can be a vendor select dress, but it can be washed, ironed. You can look neat and free, as a woman, as a beautiful lady. And I also talk about people who tend to exploit the girl child movement and the girl child campaign. Please, if you're that person, desist from it. If you want to do anything, do it from the depth of your heart, from the bottom of your heart, and God is going to bless you for your services. It's not just about the reward you get on earth, but then the reward you get even when you leave earth. I hope that somebody has learned from it. I hope that somebody will put it into good practice and it's going to turn out to be a great thing. I thank you for watching. If you did learn something from today's video, please do me well to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It's very important. Subscribe to the channel and put your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video. I'll see you in our next video.